Tonight's class is a class to improve your mood. If you aren't familiar with Amy Cuddy's TED Talk about how our posture and our body movements affect our mood and our sense of self, I would check it out. Amy Cuddy, C-U-D-D-Y, she did an amazing TED Talk on power postures. And she's basically tapping into the idea that what we do with our bodies, it affects us. It affects our attitude, it affects our energy levels. So we're going to work in some power poses tonight and hopefully boost our mood a little bit. Some of them are Amy Cuddy's that I've stolen from her, but some of them are mine. All right, so we're going to come down onto our backs. You shouldn't need any props for this first stage unless you need something to make yourself more comfortable. And if we can, we're going to come onto our backs in what I and Amy Cuddy call CEO pose. Okay, so hands behind your head, fingers interlaced. If it's comfortable for your body to bend your knees and make a butterfly shape with your legs, tilt your knees out and bring the soles of your feet together, then great. But if not, choose any other comfortable shape with your legs. All right, so we have CEO pose here. She calls this CEO pose because she envisions, someone very powerful sitting back at their desk, putting their feet up on their desk, leaning back in their desk chair with their hands behind their head. And it is kind of a posture of strength and self-assurance. Okay, take a deep breath in. And a slow, deep breath out. And then even deeper like that, all the way in through your nose, all the way into your lungs, and then slowly back out through your nose, empty out your lungs. And do it again. Inhale as deeply as you can. With your arms slightly overhead, that lifts your rib cage a little bit, and you can get a little bit more breath into your lungs more freely. Exhale all the way out. Good. Now, if your knees are still wide, bring your knees together. Keep your hands where they are behind your head, but pick your feet up and make a little tiny cannonball shape with your legs. So your knees come in toward your chest. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do a quick little core warm-up. As you exhale, sorry Joanne, as you exhale, she's already sore from core. Hover your head and shoulder blades off the ground, and then keep your navel drawing in toward your spine and tap your feet down to the ground. Inhale, lower your head and pull your knees back in. So try it again. Exhale, hover your head and shoulders, tap your feet to the ground, but keep squeezing your navel in. Inhale, pull your knees back in and lower your head. If you want more challenge, then it's low boat. Lengthen your legs, and the lower they go, the harder it is to keep your navel drawing in, so don't overdo it. With your inhalations, you set your head and shoulders down and bend your knees in. So we're going to keep going. On our exhalations, you move into a little toe tapping hover, little core crunch, or into a low boat with your legs stretching straight and as low as you feel comfortable taking them. All right, a couple more rounds like that. Try not to round your spine unnecessarily. So do lift your head and shoulders enough to get your shoulder blades up off the ground, but don't tuck your chin into your chest. Don't make a big hunched shape with your spine. Really squeeze your navel and your lower ribs down and in so your back is not arching away from the floor. We'll do 2 more rounds like that with slow, deep breaths. Nice little CEO power posture here. I suppose a CEO would have someone else do their low boats for them though. All right, now the next time your knees come in, grab your knees and rock a little bit side to side. Good. All right, so this next mood boosting posture, I'm going to call it snow angel arms. All right, it's nice to tap in a little bit to what we do as children. So take your arms down by your sides, set your feet down, turn your palms toward the ceiling. If you have stuff around you next to you that would impede your snow angel arm movement, slide that out of the way. Now as you inhale, swing your arms along the floor, out and up, until they're overhead and you're not too uncomfortable in your shoulders. As you exhale, snow angel your arms out and down. All right, do that again. Inhale, try to let your inner shoulders drop back toward your outer shoulders as you take your arms overhead. This time, as you snow angel your arms down, bridge pose, lift your hips up and push into the backs of your arms down by your sides. Lower your hips down, inhale, snow angel arms, hips on the ground. Exhale, arms come down, bridge pose, lift your hips up, push into your feet, the backs of your arms, the backs of your hands. Inhale, lower your hips and snow angel your arms out and up. Exhale, snow angel down, lift your hips up, bridge pose, keep your knees in line with your hips, keep your low belly drawn in. Let's do 2 more rounds now. Snow angel, hips on the ground. And snow angel down, your arms down, then lift your hips, bridge, and 1 more round. Inhale, snow angel arms up, and exhale, arms come down, hips lift up. Now lower your hips slowly, pick your feet up again, hug your knees in, and give yourself a little rock side to side. Good. And rock yourself up to sit. Good. Sit up nice and tall with your knees bent and your feet on the ground, and take a CEO pose again, hands behind your head. Push your head back into your hands and notice how that lifts your chest up. So it makes you sit up a little taller. Better posture. It is definitely true. Science has shown it improves our mood. Now take a breath in here, and as you exhale, lean back a little bit, and option to hover your feet off the ground, boat pose. Set your feet down. Inhale, sit up a little taller. Push your head back into your hands. Exhale. You can simply lean back or also lift your feet. Take a couple more rounds. Inhale, sit up even taller. Drop your shoulders a little bit. Exhale, narrow in around your waist, lean back, lift your feet if you can. Let's try 1 more like that. Inhale, sit up taller, drop your shoulders. Exhale, hover your feet if you can. Good. Get onto hands and knees and take a child's pose. Hips back by your heels, bow your forehead to the ground. Adjust your knees narrower or wider as you need to in order to get comfortable. And take a few slow, deep breaths. As deep as you can. Good. We'll do another round like that. Nice deep breath in and all the way out. And come up to hands and knees. We're going to come right up to stand. So tuck your toes under, walk your hands back toward your knees, roll to the balls of your feet. Come on up to stand and step wide on your mat, slightly wide so your toes angle out and your heels angle in. You can be off on the floor instead if you prefer to, face me and your mat's not going quite the same way. So part of the way our mood and our posture are interconnected is what I like to call Charlie Brown pose, right? When we're depressed, when we're feeling low, it has a tendency to shorten the muscles in the front of our body. When we're feeling excited, when we're feeling happy, picture a cheerleader, good, dismounting, take your arms up, dismounting from a difficult balancing routine. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest. As you exhale, horse stance. Toes out, heels in, bend your knees, sink your hips down. Now we're going to do what I am calling sunset to sunrise arms. Okay, so take a deep breath in, look up if you can. As you exhale, widen your arms out and start to reach for the floor. That's our sunset arms. Hips move back, chest moves forward. Sunrise arms go the opposite way. Inhale, back to your cheerleader pose, straighten your legs. Exhale, sunset arms, bend your knees, horse stance, tip your hips back, chest forward. Inhale, sunrise arms, slowly straighten your legs. Good, do it again. Exhale, sunset arms, inhale, sunrise arms, lift your chest. Exhale, knees wide, 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 flat back as you reach toward the floor. Inhale, back to that cheerleader posture. One more round. Exhale, sunset arms. What's better than a sunset or a sunrise? Inhale, arms up. Good. Exhale, bring your arms down and heel toe or hop your feet together. I'm going to turn sideways so you have a better view of this. So the posture we're going to use for this flow, you're going to make fists, and I call this Superman. Okay, Superman arms. That's a good mood boosting posture. So when Superman's flying through the air, he punches one arm out in front of him and bends the other arm back so he's ready to attack his enemies. All right, so step your right foot slightly forward in front of your left. Bend your elbows, make fists. Stretch your left arm up by your left ear and pull your right elbow back behind you. Take a deep breath in. If you can, for just a moment, hover your left foot off the ground. Pull your belly in. As you exhale, switch your arms. Pull your left elbow back. Shift your weight back into your left foot. Right arm is up by your right ear. If you can, hover your right foot off the ground. So let's try it as a flow. Inhale, Superman arms. Left arm up, right elbow back. Left leg hovers if possible. Exhale, shift it back, left elbow back, right arm up, right leg hovers. Take a couple more rounds. Inhale. Good, and exhale. In yoga, a gesture that you make with your hands is called a mudra. And a mudra is a way to express something to the world around you. The mudra of making a fist is a gesture of strength. It's a gesture of agency. It's a good gesture to make right now when a lot of us feel like we don't have a lot of agency, we don't have a lot of control. Okay, but we do have control over our posture, what we do with our bodies, and our decision to move in a way that improves our mood rather than depletes us. Drop your arms now and give your arms a swing forward and back. Good. And then interlace your fingers behind your back. Bend your elbows a little bit. Rest your fist on your sacrum, the back of your pelvis. Squeeze your elbows back towards each other behind you and open up your chest. If you can, from there, lift your fist and straighten your arms a little straighter, great. If that is too uncomfortable, keep your fist down, keep breathing. If you've lifted up, take a really deep breath in. And exhale, bend your elbows, lower your fist back to your hips. Squeeze your elbows in. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your fist. Keep your chest open. Stretch your inner arms, inner shoulders. Exhale, relax a little bit. Lower your fist if you lifted it. 1 more round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Unwind your fingers. Drop your arms. Give your arms a little swing. And let's do our second side Superman balance. Step your left foot slightly forward. Bend your elbows, make fists. Stretch your right fist toward the ceiling. Left elbow back. Take a deep breath in. If you can hover your right toes off the ground, great. If not, don't worry. Exhale, switch your arms, shift your weight back. Hover your left foot off the ground a little if you can. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Left elbow pulls back. Exhale, right elbow back, left fist toward the ceiling, hover your left foot off the ground. Keep going with your breath. Pull your belly in a little bit. Exhale all the way out. Should feel like a firm fist, but not like a clenched fist, right? A little bit of strength, a little bit of power goes a long way. You don't need to overdo. Got a couple more rounds like that. Good. And here comes our last one. Nice, slow, deep exhalation to finish up. And then drop your arms and give your arms a little swing again. This time let them cross in front of your body. Let them squeeze behind you a little bit. Change the cross as you go. Good. All right, come on up to the top of your mat. Okay, at the top of your mat, we're going to do now what I call Wonder Woman. Make fists, put your fists on your hips. Take a deep breath in. Pull your chin in a little bit. Stand up tall. As you exhale, tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, tilt your left ear to your left shoulder. Good. Come back up. Inhale. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. And then back up. Inhale. And exhale, left ear to left shoulder. One more round like that. Inhale up. Lift your breastbone. Pull your lower abdominals in a little bit. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Come back up. Inhale. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good. Come on up. Unwind your fist. Give your hands a little shake. And step your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. Angle your toes out and your heels in. So we're going to do our cheerleader victory stance again as we come into a squat. Inhale, take your arms up, bend your knees. This time, shift your hips back and your chest will go a bit more forward than last time. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring your arms down, stand up and squeeze your arms back behind you. Inhale, squat, hips back, arms up by your ears. Try to keep your chest lifted. Exhale, straighten your legs, squeeze your arms back. Do that again. Inhale, squat, arms up. Exhale, straighten. Now parallel your feet. Your feet are still wide. Interlace your hands behind your back, or this might be a good time to hold a strap or a substitute. Take a breath in. Bend your knees, and as you exhale, forward fold. Bow your head down and squeeze your upper back. Try to lift your arms up and back behind you. If you're interlacing your fingers and you cannot get your arms to lift up, it would really help to switch to holding a strap or the tie of a bathrobe, something like that. Okay. Try to open up the front of your shoulders, front of your chest, while you're stretching your hamstrings. Let's take a couple more breaths like that. Give your head a little shake no, a little nod yes, and then relax your neck. Squeeze your upper back. Take one more breath. Deep breath in. All the way out. And unwind your fingers. Place your hands down on your mat and step back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bow your head. Take a peek at your hands. Set them up shoulder distance apart. Spread your fingers wide. Take a peek at your feet. Set them up hip distance apart. And one knee bends now. Opposite heel reaches down toward the mat. Try to stretch your spine out a little longer as you open up your calf muscles and breathe. Good. Relax your neck again. Give your head a little shake no, a little nod yes. And then let your neck get more relaxed. Your head bows down, ears between your upper arms. Inhale, come forward to plank pose, the top of a push-up. So you want to be firm and tight in your core body here, but without hunching into a Charlie Brown shape in your upper back. So broaden your breastbone forward a little bit. Lengthen your spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, knees down, lean your chest forward, chaturanga. Come on down to the mat. All right, we're going to do what I call intimidation cobra here. It's a nice, powerful way to do a little back bending cobra. Take your fingertips next to your shoulders onto the floor beside you. Elbows are lifted up. Now look down and forward. Pull your throat in, pull your navel in. Inhale, start to lift your chest. You can stay low or you can push into your fingertips and lift a little higher. Move your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, intimidation cobra, lowers back down. Try it again. Inhale, curl up like the biggest cobra in the jungle. Do cobras live in the jungle? Exhale, lower back down. Probably. Do that again. Inhale, curl up. Low belly in, chest lifts, chin perhaps lifts. Exhale, lower back down. Take your hands to your side ribs, press up hands and knees, and head back to downward facing dog. Child's pose is a good alternative for down dog if you're feeling like down dog is ever a bit much for you, or if you ever just need to drop down and take a little rest. Okay, take a couple more slow, deep breaths like that. Nice and deep. Good. And one more. Now let's meet on hands and knees. All right, so our next mood boosting gesture that we're going to do is a cartwheel action. Cartwheels are mood boosting, I would say. So we're going to start in a kneeling side plank. Swing your right foot off your mat, stretch your left leg straight back toward the back of your mat. Stand on your right hand, take your left arm over your ear. Hug your right shoulder blade down your back, tighten your core in a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Now we're going to try to cartwheel up to kneel on that right knee. So as you exhale, reach out through your left arm. Come on up to stand on that right knee, and then right arm up over your right ear, a little gate pose. Left hand on your left leg, side bend. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly cartwheel your arms through the air. The slower you go, the more challenge you get for your core and your balance. Once your right hand comes down, take a deep breath in and try it again. Squeeze in around your waist, cartwheel up. Inhale, gate pose, little side bend. Exhale, slow it down, squeeze in around your waist. Good work for your obliques. Take a deep breath in when you get back to your kneeling side plank and do one more round. Exhale, cartwheel up. Inhale, gate pose, side bend. Exhale, kneeling side plank. Back to hands and knees. Let's move into our second side. Swing your left foot off your mat, stretch your right leg back, take your right arm up, and then right arm close to your ear. Pause for a moment. Get stable in that left arm. Shoulder blade down your back. You want to feel long on the left side of your neck so your shoulder isn't creeping up and hunched up toward your left ear. Take a deep breath in. Here we go. Squeeze in around your waist. Cartwheel up. Feel how your side body has to engage. Inhale, gate pose. Left arm by your left ear, right hand on your right side. Exhale slowly back to your kneeling side plank. Take a deep breath in. And do it again. Exhale. Cartwheel up. Inhale. Side bend gently. Exhale. Slow it down. Deep breath in. And one more. Exhale. Squeeze around your waist to cartwheel up. Take a deep breath in. Side bend. And then as slowly as you can. Resist gravity, resist gravity, resist gravity. Kneeling side plank. And then hands and knees. Good. Downward facing dog. Hands go a bit forward, shoulder distance apart. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, and stretch your spine out. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Now take a half forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins or thighs, flat back. Full forward fold. Bow down. Drop your head. And then with as flat a back as you can, come all the way up to stand. Look up and reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Step wide again, either onto your mat, turn sideways, or step off your mat if you have room on the floor next to you. All right, this time step out about as wide as you comfortably can. And we're heading into a warrior two. Turn your right foot all the way out to the right. And you might widen that right foot to the outer edge of your mat a little bit. Left foot 10 degrees. Okay, now bend your right knee. Left leg stays straight. Sink your hips down. Stack your spine. Shoulders and chest over your pelvis rather than leaning out over that right knee. All right, so this next pose, I call it Atlas. Like you are the bearer of the world. Palms up. Some of us might feel like that right now. Inhale, take your arms up overhead, but like you're holding a giant globe. Bend your elbows a little bit, turn your palms to face each other, and externally rotate your upper arms a little bit. Now, take a deep breath in, straighten your right leg. Exhale, we're gonna lean a little baby side bend, reverse triangle out to the left. Now inhale, bend your right knee, and we're gonna lean a little baby side angle out over that right thigh. Exhale, we're gonna lean it back to the left, straighten your right leg. Inhale, side angle, bring your giant globe along with you. Exhale, straighten and lean a little bit to the left. Let's try one more round. Inhale, side angle. Good, exhale. Little baby reverse triangle. Now this time we're going to come into side angle and put our right forearm on our right thigh. Left arm stays close to your ear if you can. And then notice if you just got a little bit Charlie Brownish. Can you lift your breastbone a little bit? Slide your shoulder blades back and down. Pull your belly in and really stretch your spine out nice and long. Good. If you like a deep side angle, you could slide your right hand toward the floor, or you could put your hand on a block and really get in there deeply. But don't overdo. Your pelvis should be tilting to the right. Hug your right thigh bone back and into your hip socket. Stay long in your spine, a little bit elevated in your chest. Take a deep breath in, and we're going to cartwheel up and drop our arms. Turn and parallel your feet and narrow your feet in towards each other just a little bit, maybe 5 or 6 inches. Good. Let's take a breather. Reach your arms out and up. Inhale. We're going to forward fold. Exhale, fold on down and take your hands down to the mat. If you can't easily reach the mat or the floor, bend your knees until you can. Now, walk your hands toward your left foot. And you're starting to twist a little bit to the left and side bend a little bit to the left. If you can get all the way to that foot or leg without strain, then grab hold somewhere of your leg and pull yourself a little bit closer and breathe. Aiming to get a deeper hamstring stretch on that left side. Some side body lengthening on the right side. Try to drop your head and breathe deeply. Good. Couple more like that. And last one. Good. Now, let go of that leg, walk your hands back to center, and we're going to do a side lunge, what I call a Spider-Man or Spidey lunge. Turn your left foot halfway out to the left, bend your left knee and walk your hands over to the left a bit. You're turning toward the long edge of your mat, that's if you're on your mat, so you're turning to the side lunge. Look for an inner thigh stretch on that right inner thigh. Good. The deeper you sink down, generally, the deeper the stretch. Your hips will go back a little bit, chest will lean forward, flatten out your back. Good. Breathe. We're channeling our inner superheroes tonight. All right, a couple more breaths like that. Some good strength work for that left hip and thigh. It's half of a squat. Stick with it for 2 more breaths if you can. And 1 more breath. Good, and straighten both legs, parallel your feet. Take your hands to your hips, take a deep breath in, and exhale, come all the way up to stand. Heel toe or hop your feet together. We'll do all that again on our second side, but first step up to the short edge of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, and exhale, forward fold. Take a half forward fold, inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Stretch your spine out really long. And then inhale, come forward to plank pose without Charlie Browning. Stretch your breastbone forward, but stay firm in your core. No sagging in your hips. Your head, your hips, your heels in one line. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, you can drop your knees if you like. Chaturanga, all the way down to the mat. And point your toes, take your fingertips out wide next to you on the floor. Inhale, intimidation cobra. Press your pubic bones down and pull your belly in. Take a deep breath in when you arrive. And exhale, lower back down. Let's do 2 more rounds. Use the strength of your legs a little bit. Push into the tops of your feet and take your thigh bones back slightly. Low belly in. Exhale, lower back down. Try to avoid your shoulders hiking up toward your ears. Pull your shoulder blades down and open your chest. This is our last round. As you come down this next time, press up, hands and knees. And I've got 1 more pose here before we move on. If you like padding under your knees for a kneeling lunge, put a blanket or a cushion under your knees. Stand up on your shins. Good. Step your right foot forward. Crescent lunge. All right, stack your right knee roughly over your right ankle and give yourself room to let your pelvis come down and forward. So if you step too short of a stance forward, you don't have room to lunge. Okay, so that right foot backs off, moves away from you. Now we're going to do some snow angel arms here. Take your arms to your sides. Pull your chin in a little bit. Pull your belly in a little bit. Inhale. Take your snow angel arms out and up overhead, and you end up in a cheerleader victory stance. Exhale. Snow angel your arms out and down. Good. Inhale. Out and up. Stretch the front of your left hip and thigh. Exhale. Arms out and down. Couple more like that. Inhale. Out and up. You might be able to feel, exhale, your energy level rising as you move your body, your mood improving as you stretch your chest up, take your arms overhead and breathe deeply. One more round. Inhale. Good. And exhale, let's step up to a forward fold at the top of our mat. From there, we're going to come all the way up to stand. Inhale, flat back if you can. Reach out and up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Let's step out wide again and get ready for our second warrior two. As wide as you can comfortably go. Turn your left foot all the way out to the left. You might widen that left foot out to the left a little bit more. Right foot 10 or 15 degrees turns to the left as well. Now bend your left knee, take your arms out. Here's our traditional warrior two. Stack your chest over your pelvis and stack that left knee over your left ankle. Turn your palms up and we come into our atlas pose. Arms come up but a little wide. Bend your elbows a little bit, drop your shoulders down. Take a deep breath in. Start to straighten your left leg as you exhale. A little reverse triangle, a little side bend to the right. Then inhale, bend your left knee and lean out a little bit over your left thigh, side angle. Exhale, reverse triangle. Good. Inhale, side angle. Feel the strength of your left hip and thigh holding you up. Exhale, reverse triangle. And this time, inhale, side angle, left forearm drops down to your left thigh. Right arm next to your ear. It can be higher, it can be lower. But now stretch your chest up a little bit without back bending. Tighten your core in. You want to hug your right hip in a little bit toward the midline of your mat and use your forearm, or if you want to go deeper, your whole arm to nudge that right knee a little wider. And pull your right thigh bone into your right hip socket and tilt your whole pelvis to the right. Then stretch out a little bit longer on your left side. Chin in, we're almost there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel up, drop your arms. When you get there, turn, parallel your feet, and shorten your stance a little bit. Whew. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips, come on down, hands on your mat. Bent knees if you need to. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands to your right. And your legs stay evenly straight here. If you can, hold on to your right leg somewhere for a crescent forward fold. Then take hold of that right leg and pull yourself a little bit closer, nose toward your knee perhaps. You can certainly be bending your knees. Just try to bend both knees the same amount here. We're turning our chest and our rib cage to the right, getting longer on the left side of your back and rib cage, and opening up the right side of your hamstrings as you breathe. Almost there. Take another slow deep breath. And then walk your hands back to where you began, in between your feet but out in front of you. Take a breath in. We're going to set up for our side lunge now. Turn your right foot partway, about halfway to the right, and take half a squat. Bend your right knee, walk your hands to the right a little bit. Try to keep a flat back here. No Charlie Browning if you can help it. Don't hunch yourself. Left leg straight, and if you can, tack the outer edge of your left foot down to the mat. Look for an inseam of your leg stretch there. You can adjust this angle of this right knee. It can go wider, it can go narrower. The deeper you sink down, generally, the deeper you stretch. Okay, relax your neck a little bit, shoulders away from your ears, pull your belly back, and try 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Good. Straighten your right leg. Turn, parallel your feet, hands to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way up to stand and heel toe or hop your feet together. Come on up to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. And as you exhale, forward fold. Take a half forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, get your hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. And stretch out in your down dog. Heels reach back and down. Back nice and long. Let's take a slow vinyasa. Inhale, plank pose without Charlie Browning. Exhale, chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, fingertips off your mat. Intimidation cobra. Curl up. And exhale, back down. Hands next to your side ribs. Press up hands and knees. Add some padding under your knees if you like. Stand up on your shins and step your left foot forward to a low lunge. Make sure you have room to bring your pelvis down and forward a bit. Good. Pull your belly back a little bit. Drop your shoulders. And we snow angel. Arms start by your sides. Inhale. Reach out and up. And exhale. Out and down. And again, inhale, out and up. And to stretch the front of your right hip and thigh. Exhale all the way down. Take a couple more like that. Inhale. Good. Get a little bit more relaxed in your arms and shoulders for a moment as your arms come down. We'll do 1 more like that. Inhale, reach up. Good. And exhale. Arms come down. Take yourself to downward facing dog. And then lower to your knees and take a child's pose. Slow your breath down a little bit. We're going to do another set of vinyasas here, what I call wavy vinyasas. Stretch your arms out in front of you really long. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, cat pose. Round your back, hips come up over your knees, bow your head. We're going to lower toward a relaxed upward facing dog. Lower your pelvis, keep your arms straight. Shoulders stacked over your wrists. Pull your belly in, move your shoulders back if you can and open your chest. Pull your chin in and then look up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands and knees, back to child's pose. Try it again, a deep breath in. Exhale, cat pose, round your upper back, bow your head. Inhale, upward facing dog. If you want for a moment to hover your thighs, full upward facing dog, great. If not, keep your knees down. Exhale, child's pose. Try 1 more round, a deep breath in. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, child's pose. Walk your arms to the right in your child's pose. Shift your hips a little bit to the left. And stretch the left side of your body gently, especially your back, your ribs, your side waist, maybe even your outer hip. Try to bow your head down and breathe deeply. Take another deep breath in here. And then bring yourself back to center, stretch out long at center, and change sides. Walk your arms to the left, shift your hips to the right. Bow your head, stretch out through that right arm at an angle off to the left, and breathe. Take one more breath like that. And then come on back to center. Come up to hands and knees and have a seat on your hips. Bring your feet out in front of you. Take your fingertips, take your palms, that is, back behind you. Fingertips point toward the wall behind you. Hands shoulder distance apart. We're going to get ready for a reverse plank if we can. Inhale, lift your chest up. But you can certainly stop there and breathe. But if you can, keep going. Exhale, lift your hips up, but primarily lift your chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lower down. Let's do it again. Inhale, chest, and then your hips. And exhale, hips. Come down, chest relaxes a little bit. Inhale, chest and hips. And exhale, hips. Chest relaxes a little bit. One more round. Inhale, lead with your chest. Lift your hips if you can. And exhale. Come on down. Find a comfortable seat for just a moment and squeeze your right wrist with a pulsing kind of a squeeze right around your wrist creases. A massage for your carpal bones. And change sides and squeeze your left wrist. Good. And then give your hands a gentle shake. Good. All right, stretch both legs straight out in front of you. Starting to bring it down a little now. Bend your right knee. Cross your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Sit up tall. Hold that left knee with your left hand and twist to the right, right finger's behind you. From there, you can adjust by hugging your left elbow around the front of your right knee and pulling your knee in. That should give you a little bit more stretch for your outer hip. Or you could hook your elbow outside your knee and give a little Queen Elizabeth wave over to the right side of your room. That can help you spinal twist a little bit deeper. So choose what feels good. Do twist gently. And notice where the weight of your body is. If you feel not so much in your right hip, rock your weight back to your right sit bone and pull that knee in a little bit or push against it just gently to spinal twist. Good. Once you start elevating your posture, it becomes a habit. And then over time, you're not quite so in the habit of slouching and perhaps dragging your mood down as a result. Take another deep breath in here. And then unaligned from your twist, uncross, tilt your right knee open to the right and widen your left leg out to the left. So your right knee's bent, pull your right heel in towards your hip. If you need to prop this knee up on something, a block or a blanket or a pillow to make that comfortable for your knee, please do. Bring the back of your left hand to your inner left leg. Inhale, take your right arm out and up to your right ear, and as you exhale, side bend, lean out over your left leg. You can hold the back of your head here, and that can help you relax that right shoulder. Or you can reach up and over as though your fingertips and your left toes might someday meet. Not today, though. Yours might, mine aren't. Good. Keep a little bit of elevation in your chest so you don't close off. Really long on that right side. Breathe deeply. 2 more breaths like that. And 1 more breath. Good. Cartwheel yourself up. Bend your elbows and swing gently, a little bit of a rebound swing side to side. Good. All right, now we're going to take a quick pigeon before we do all of those 3 poses again. So bring your feet out in front of you. Option 1, pigeon on your back, right ankle over the left knee. Option 2, scooch up toward the top of your mat. Bend your right knee open like you're sitting with crossed legs on your right side, but then lean to the right and swing your left leg around and look back, lengthen that left leg back straight behind your left hip. If you need padding anywhere for your body, give yourself some padding. That might mean a little pillow or a blanket under your right hip if you're taking this forward folding pigeon. I like a little padding under my left knee as my left leg stretches back. Now, take a really deep breath in and lift your chest. If this is irritating your back, lean forward a little bit. Don't try to lift quite so aggressively, but tuck your left toes under and don't lift your left knee off the ground, but make your left knee a little lighter. And you should feel a bit of a deeper stretch for the front of that left hip and thigh for one more round here of breaths. So deep, slow inhalations and exhalations. We're going to try about 2 more and then we'll get a forward fold in here. Good. Shoulders back and down. Last breath like that. Now you can relax your back foot, and if you're on your front here, lower to your forearms and rest your head. You could stack your forearms up or stack your fists up. Rest your head down for a moment and breathe as you stretch your outer right hip. Relax your shoulder blades as much as you can. Good, and about 2 more breaths like that. And after your next exhalation, if you're on your back, uncross your legs, come on up to sit. If you're on your front, prop up part way, lean to your outer right hip, swing your left leg around. All right, get both legs out in front of you and give them a quick little jiggle, little wiggle, side to side. Then bend your left knee, half lower to the fishes, cross your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. You can hold with your hand, hook your elbow, or elbow outside your knee. Twist left, left fingers behind you. Rotate your chest left. Drop your shoulders down, rotate your chin left. Anchor your left hip down if it starts to lift up a little bit or get a little lighter. And focus on breathing deeply all the way in, all the way out. And we'll take 1 more round of breath like that. And then unwind from your twist, uncross, tilt your left knee open, widen your right leg out to the right, bring your left heel in towards your pelvis. If you need to, prop that left knee up. Back of the right hand to your inner right leg, inhale left arm up, and exhale side bend, option to hold the back of your head or to stretch out a little bit longer for your left side. Good. Fingertips arcing toward your toes. Avoid collapsing your chest in. It can help to push the back of your right arm a little bit into your inner right leg to help you keep rotating just a little bit up toward the ceiling. You're not trying to back bend, but trying to stay long in your spine rather than forward folding or hunching. As deep as you can, about 2 more breaths. And 1 more. And cartwheel up. Good, and choose. Pigeon on your back, left ankle over the right knee, or scooch up to the short edge of your mat, bend your left knee, lean to the left, swing your right leg around. And look back and lengthen that right leg straight back behind your right hip. And then we turn forward, pop up on your fingertips if you can, tuck your right toes under. Lift your chest gently, pull your belly in a little bit as you need to, and then make your right thigh a little bit lighter. Pressing your right thigh bone up a little bit toward the ceiling should start to open up the front of your right hip and thigh a little bit more. Breathe. It's only a short hold. Couple more breaths. Good, and now forward fold. Forearms come down, relax your right foot, and lower down. You don't have to rest your head down, but you can if you like. And feel your breath rising and falling. You may already notice the change that has come over you, how your energy feels compared to how you felt before we started to practice, how your body feels. We can't very often think ourselves into a better mood. We have to literally act ourselves into a better mood. You might not have time for a whole yoga class when you're in a bad mood, stuck at home in isolation, but you can stand up from your desk chair, take a gymnastics victory stance, CEO pose. Take another deep breath in here. And if you're on your back, you can lower your feet, uncross your legs. If you're on your front, lift up part way, rock to your left hip, swing your right leg around, and then we're right down onto our backs. All we have left is a few windshield wipers, so bring your arms to a cactus shape, bend your knees, and start to sway your legs slowly, gently, side to side. Inhale, sway your legs in one direction, turn your chin in the other. And then change sides, exhale. A couple more rounds like that. Good. We'll finish up one more, side to side. And then pick your feet up, hug your knees in, rock a little bit, and think about what you need to be comfortable and warm for relaxation. Take a moment to find some props to set yourself up so that you can rest comfortably. And when you're ready, like a rag doll, stretch your arms out and down, palms face the ceiling. Legs go out and down, feet hip distance or even wider apart. Take up as much space as it feels good to take up. And then adjust yourself so your spine feels as long as it can possibly get here, stretched out by the floor. Relax your shoulders back, inner shoulders toward your outer shoulders. And start to breathe. Follow your next breath in through your nose and into your lungs. And then follow that breath out of your lungs, out through your nose. And feel your inner body rising and falling. Feel your outer body relaxing. Notice how, as you lie flat on your back, how it's hard to hunch. It's hard to shorten your posture. The floor doesn't really let you. So feel the way your chest is just gently open. Your back is long and supported. Your neck is long and your head is supported. Feel your fingers and your toes relaxing. Feel your hands and your feet relaxing. Relax your arms and your legs. Relax your pelvis and the base of your spine. Relax your belly. Relax the sides of your waist and your lower back. Relax your rib cage. Relax your ribs all the way around to your mid-back, where your ribs connect into your spine. Relax your upper back and your shoulder blades. Relax your chest and your neck and your throat. Relax your mouth. Relax your eyes inside your eye sockets. Relax your forehead. And let your attention come to rest on the crown of your head, which is symbolic in yoga of the best that you can be, your best self, the self that you're striving to be. Feel the crown of your head gently rising and falling with your breath. And remind yourself that you are strong and you have what it takes to face any challenge that you may be facing right now. And now take a deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out through your mouth, and start to wake yourself up. Move your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead, straighten your legs, take a deep breath in, and sigh it out through your mouth again. Bend your knees slowly, roll yourself to one side. Pause there. And take one more deep breath in. Easy breath out. And use the strength of your arms to bring yourself up to. And take a moment once you come all the way up. And inhale, stretch your arms out. And exhale, hands to your heart. Namaste.